Today let's talk about MSI Crosshair 15. This is a special model. MSI collaborates with Ubisoft and launched the Rainbow Six Extraction Edition. It's customized on package, peripherals and coding. MSI have done this many times recent years, like Raider GE66 Dragon Shield Limited Edition we have reviewed. Compared to stickers, it's more premium in appearance design. After all, it's official customization. And gaming laptops are so similar to each other. Distinct characteristics is a good way to attract attention. So what's the performance of such a limited edition? After this video, you will find the answer. Specs. Crosshair 15 R6E has an i7-12700H processor, 14 cores and 20 threads. RTX 3060 graphics. The RAM, 28GB, dual-channel DDR4. The screen is 15.6 inches, 2560 by 1440 resolution, 165 Hz refresh rate, IPS panel. Nominal color gamut, 100% P3. As for price, official reference price, $1,666. This price, because it includes limited package, game and co-branding design, the price is relatively higher. Maybe that is the cost of limited edition. Let's take a look at its design. As a game co-branding laptop, it contains lots of R6E elements in design. Check the package first, look at the color, the logo. Honestly, I would think there is an N-bomb inside. In fact, this triangle is the logo of React in-game. The game plot is about virus invasion. Open the package. You can see the co-branding mouse and mousepad. They are yellow and green, virus style. There is also a card. It has a Rainbow Six Extraction Deluxe Edition CD key on it. You can redeem it. Let's focus on the laptop. The lid is metal. REACT's triangle logo in the center. The lid can be opened to 180 degrees. A camera on top. The bottom bezel is about 2 centimeters. Base panel is wasteland style. On top, that's yellow fade. A React triangle logo on the bottom right. From the official description, this keyboard is a new design, Spectrum backlight keyboard. Broad color range. It can't be customized. It is divided horizontally. Interesting. It has a numpad. The layout is irregular. The rightmost row is cut. Enter key and dot key switch place. Arrow keys are slightly smaller, but bigger than the half. It's an effort to keep a numpad. Key travel, 1.7 millimeters. WASD keys are highlighted. Typing feels average. React mark on the top left, and also barcode. The bottom panel, a large area of honeycomb vents. On the bottom right it's the grade 1 energy label. The whole laptop weighs 2.33 kg, 24.9 to 28.6 millimeters thick. There you go. What do you think of the Crosshair 15 R6E? In my opinion, this model is full of R6E elements, and the coding is better looking than DIY stickers. The GE66 limited edition we reviewed last year has a similar design. Whether the fancy style is good or not, it's up to you. Move on to I/O2 USB as on the left. One USB 3.2 General 2 and one 2.0. On the right side, an audio jack, a Type A and a Type C, both USB 3.2 General 2. HDMI 2.0 and RJ45 port. The I/O is barely enough. I hope these specs can get upgrade in the future. Test section. Screen first. Color volume, 97.9% P3. Color coverage, 97.6% P3. Color accuracy, gamma, 2.2. Based on display P3. Delta E average is 1.21, max at 2.48. Good. However, it doesn't support gamut mapping. The peak brightness is 336 nits. Response time, black to white, 10.7 milliseconds, gray to gray 15.9 ms. After turning on OD in settings, black to white response time reduced to 10.1 milliseconds, gray to gray reduced to 8.35 ms. In conclusion, the screen on this Crosshair R6E is good overall. It has high refresh rate and high resolution, with wide color gamut. The response time is fast in OD mode. Awesome gaming experience. Then performance test. CPU first. In Cinebench R20 loop test, it reached 6,466 in first round, then fluctuated around 6,200. During the first round, CPU power draw reached 110 watts, and then dropped to 85 watts. Later rounds, first reached 95 watts, then dropped to 80 watts. P-core clock speed was 3.1 to 3.5 GHz. E-core clock speed barely changed, around 2.8 GHz. Pretty average result. By the way, its Uncore power draw is around 5 watts, better than the most gaming laptops we have reviewed. Move on to graphics. It scored 8,753 in 3D Mark x SPI, 10,585 in FSE, 5,299 in Superposition Classroom. We found that this RTX 3060 power drew around 135 watts in benchmark. Certainly, 3060 is close to the peak performance with 130 watts, so the 5 watts deficit is not important at all. After the benchmark, now its actual performance in-game. It doesn't support mux switch, so the test can only be done in hybrid mode. First we tested R6E. This game is well optimized. At 2K with the highest settings, average 87 FPS, 50 FPS at lowest. Of course, FPS will increase if you switch to 1080p, it can reach average 132 FPS. Shadow of the Tomb Raider reached 76 FPS. Metro Exodus, God of War 4, 50. Cyberpunk, Forza Horizon 5 and Dying Light 2, around 40. Recently, Cyberpunk 2077 patch 1.5 is available. We added it to the benchmark. In this benchmark, FPS is higher, about 11%. The reason is, we were just running around in this benchmark. It's less stressed. Then, FPS results in 1080p. Except Forza Horizon, all other games reached above 60 FPS with the highest settings. Online games. At 2K, Dota 2, CSGO, and Apex all ran smoothly. At 1080p, FPS increased a little, yet still relatively low. If you plug in an external display to reach mux switch, then FPS will get higher. Then we tested some softwares for content creation. Adobe Suite, PS941, A911, PR961. Similar to G15 with same specs, Crosshair 15 is good enough for light photo and video editing. Running industrial softwares, in most case, Crosshair 15 had similar result with G15, besides NX and SolidWorks with lower scores. To sum up, its performance is up to my expectation. 3060 is enough for online games at 2K and 3A games at 1080p. You need to lower the settings with running 3A games at 2K smoothly. It bothers me that it doesn't support mux switch, resulting in the unsatisfactory performance in some FPS games. I hope the next general will support mux switch, then this laptop's gaming performance will be great. Well, move on to not difficult disassembly. Remove all the screws and take off the bottom panel. I felt something odd after that. Why is it so heavy? So I weighed it. I found this panel weighs 400 grams, because of the metal sheet on the bottom right. The function of it, I didn't know. It can't be intended for keep balance. So I asked the MSI staff about this. They said it's to enhance the strength of the bottom. Well, it's the first time I heard that. New knowledge. Let's check inside. A 2.5-inch hard drive slot on the left, but with solder missing. And it's blocked by a large damper. Because of the empty slot, the battery is small, 53.5 watt-hours. The battery life is 4 hours 22 minutes in PCMark 10 Modern Office. The SSD is 512 GB Micron 2450, PCIe 4.0x4. Small capacity read, write is over 3000 in our test. But the writing speed without cache dropped to around 100 megabytes. The Wi-Fi card is Intel AX201. 2 RAM slots is on the right. There are two 8GB Samsung DDR4 3200, 2 RX16 based. Lastly, cooling. It has 2 fans, 6 heat pipes, 2 for the CPU, 3 for the GPU, the last one for VRMs and VRAM. Take a look at the performance. FPU stress test, CPU 91 degrees. Package power 80 watts, IA power 73.9 watts. GPU stress test, RTX 3060 was stable at 81.3 degrees. Dual stress test, CPU 88 degrees. Package power 50 watts, IA power 42.7 watts. GPU 74.8 degrees. All the results are tested in extreme mode. There is a cooler boost mode in which fans run at full speed, so-called hypercooling. Dual stress test in this mode, CPU power was still 50 watts. The temperature dropped to 84 degrees. GPU 115 watts. Temperature dropped to 72.3 degrees. However, in this mode, the noise reached 61.3 decibels. In extreme mode, it's 57.9 decibels, but still louder than average, so I recommend extreme mode or balance mode in daily use. No need for hypercooling. Lastly, surface temperature. The heat is concentrated in the center. The hottest key is B key, 47.7 degrees. Spacebar 45.1 degrees. Turn on hypercooling, and the surface temperature only dropped by 1 degree. To conclude, Crosshair 15's performance is up to par. The core temperature is not high, but the noise is loud. Keyboard's heat insulation is not so good, like B key and spacebar are both hot, but usable. If you want better gaming experience, you can plug in an external keyboard. Now I'm sure you have learned a lot about this laptop. As usual, we concluded 3 pros and cons for you. Pros. First, collaborating with R6E. Fancy design. As a Game co-branding limited laptop, it contains many R6E elements in design. Very strong gamer vibe, and the official coating is much better than DIY stickers. Second, BIOS versatility. Its BIOS has a lot to offer, like RAM clock speed, timings, and CPU thermal threshold is also customizable. Many options. Third, good after-sales service. This model supports 2-year home service and countrywide guarantee, including 1-year worldwide guarantee. This is rare in gaming laptops. If you are a newcomer, you might have chance to use it. That's all the pros. Then let's talk about cons. First, do not support mux switch. In my opinion, for gaming laptops in 2022, mux switch shouldn't be missing. Now most of gaming laptops have supported it, but excluding Crosshair 15. High FPS online games will be affected by this. Second, loud noise under heavy load. In dual stress test, the noise reached 57.9 decibels and over 60 decibels after turning on hypercooling. A headphone is highly recommended at gaming. Third, SSD performance is bad. The speed with cache is fine, but the speed without cache is quite slow, only around 100 M. If you have demand on storage speed, I advise you to add a high-speed storage and replace the default SSD as well. Final conclusion. This Crosshair 15 R6E, after the model update, is still an average gaming laptop, even a little bit outdated. As for cooling, single stress test 80 watts, dual stress test 50 plus 115 watts. Gaming laptops with Intel has less stress on cooling. As for noise and surface temperature, Crosshair remains to be improved. In terms of design, they make a lot of effort on it. It's a good co-branding. If you really like the design, this is a good deal. As that being said, in terms of marketing, I hope MSI can put the co-branding design on high-end model. Keeping Crosshair series in a reasonable price range could be a better product strategy. Alright, that's the end of this video. If you enjoy this video, please hit like and subscribe to our channel. This laptop may be good or not, but all we want is to share information and provide guidance. This is Biba Review Studio. I'm Jawan. I'll see you next time.